Well, hi there, it's Brooke, and I have 4 more spring Target tiered trays for you. I have another beef theme, another tulip theme, but they're all a little different, so I hope you enjoy them, and let's get to tiered tray. So we're gonna start with this rattan tray. Every time I go to decorate this tray, it seems I struggle, but it always turns out so cute and I just love it so much. So my first kind of thought for this tray was I have this M that I got on clearance forever ago at Hobby Lobby. Like, this was one of my first Hobby Lobby purchases. And it has this turquoise in it, and I just love to decorate with that turquoise color for any season, really. So then, since I was using that turquoise, of course, I pulled out my little turquoise gnome and mushroom, and I just thought they looked cutie patootie up here. And so then I was just looking through my stuff and figuring out what I wanted to fill it up with. So I thought my little cloche would just fit up on that top perfect. I'm not sure if I've used it up there before or not, but it fits really nice up there. And then I just have these moss stones from the Dollar Tree that I stuck in there, and it just gives it that spring color, adds a little more texture and dimension. So then on the bottom, I needed some filler for the back, and I was just looking through my stuff and I saw these salt and pepper mills that I have from Dollar General, and I just thought they filled up the space really well because this space is so tall, and then these are really tall. They're just a good like neutral color that you could really put anywhere in your house, and if you didn't want to see the salt and pepper, you could easily just flip them around and they would just look like a couple of canisters. And then I also thought my little mini, or my smallest of my 3 sets of hearth and hand little houses would be cute over here on the other side, kind of peeping out here. I also did add a couple of moss stones down here to the bottom, and then I grabbed some of this greenery and just thought I would throw some in around the tray a little bit just to fill it up a little more. And there's our first little spring tray. This is one that I could easily keep out in my house year round because I have like pillow covers and things like that that always have that turquoise, so it would just kind of blend in really well with everything else. Next, we're going to style this Target tier tray that I got around Christmas time. And like I said in my first video, it is very similar to that new one, but it is a little skinnier and it only has one handle. And so what I started with for this tray was I really wanted to use this little brown basket on here that I got at Easter time. And I just thought it looked really cute because it was darker than this and just really springy and fun. And so I grabbed these little like greenery balls that I got from Target, and I just put 2 here, and then I can stack these 2 here. When I put it in here, you can kind of see it in there and it gives it more greenery and texture. And then I had all my signs laid out like I said in the first video, and I saw this little and sign. I do have a metal M too, but I just didn't like the look of both of them on here, so I just did this one. And then I grabbed the This Is Us, my little book stack, and I think I tried it on that previous tray I did, and then on the house tray, and ultimately I ended up really liking it just on this tray. When I was playing around with it on the other ones, I'd put this little bird nest up here on the top just to add that more texture, the more spring feel. And then I just grabbed some kind of green speckled eggs. They are from the Easter section, but I feel they're good for Easter and spring. I was trying to decide what I wanted here, and I had originally grabbed one of my white houses because I figured, you know, you got a basket, This Is Us, kind of like a family theme or a couple theme. The white one just was too much white, so then I ended up grabbing my little black house, and I thought that just fit up there perfect. It brings in another color. Not necessarily brings in a color, but it's a neutral color, so it doesn't take away from like the greens that are already popping on here. Would it look cute if we switched that around? No. I like it kind of like where you have small, small, and then big, big. Maybe wish this black house, like if this was a lighter color, but I think it looks good. It overall blends, a good texture. You have the dark nest and the dark. The white house just didn't look right. Another one of those wood houses like that I have from the Hearth and Hand line, or I do have kind of a cream house that would have looked probably pretty cute there, but I was using that in something else, so I grabbed the black one. So I have my little black metal and wood tray here for you. This is a newer tray also. I think I got this here kind of winter or springtime. And I did a traditional white, yellow, and black bee theme on here. This is the first tray I designed when I was pulling them all out. So I just stuck my little black kind of hive jar down here at the bottom, and it already has a bunch of scrapes on it. And then I have a little Rattan honey pot, and I just put that next to it. Kept it really simple on the bottom, just a little honey jar and the other little pot. And then up on the top, I have my backyard dahlia little bee sign I wanted to use. And I got that off of Etsy. And then I picked up this little bee at that little shop in our mall. And then I also have my little bee garland that I just made. So there's my super simple little bee tray. I love how it's this yellow, white, and black. I got to use so many of my little bee pieces and they just fit on here so nice. So last we are going to decorate my little wicker tray. I really wanted to use this little like creamer pitcher that I picked up at Home Goods last year. And I just love the little hummingbird on it. I love the colors. So that's what I started with. I put this up here and I was like, we are going to make this work. What do I want to put with it? And then I have this little Hello Spring house that I just thought looked super cute with it. And it just, the greens went so well together. From my one tray 3 ways, I used this little picture with it and I just decided to put that down on the bottom. It's a good color with it. I wanted to put some flowers in here, so I decided to put my tulips in there, and I used pink and purple for this one. So I thought those colors just went the best with what was on there. And then so I kind of had to figure out what I wanted down on the bottom. So I figured I'd go with a little green bud vase to fill this out. And then since I had the birds, I would do another little nest. And I just used some white eggs this time. I thought the white was good. It like went with the white on the sign. Just give it that other little pop of color. And then up on the top, since I used tulips, I went and grabbed my glass little tulip jars. This one is thrifted. This one is from Hobby Lobby. And I just set them inside of each other and propped them up back there. So it went with the tulip theme. And then I grabbed some greenery to fill in. So I put a little greenery there and a little greenery over here. And then I wanted to add some more tulips to the tray. So I just put some on the other side of the bird's nest and kind of frame that with greenery and flowers. So this one is definitely springy for me. It has the tulips, it has the birds, it has the nest, it has the greens, it has the like pastel colors. And of course it says Hello Spring. So, you know, and I'm so glad I finally got to use that little house, Hello Spring. I got that last year, I think. I keep trying to use it, and finally I got to use it with this little creamer and that sign, and I think everything just came together. I'm glad I stacked my little like tulip glasses. I just would have never thought of that, and it's just like you got all your stuff sitting out and you're like, oh, I wonder if I stack these, what that would look like. And then you're like, oh my God, that's perfect. So this tray came together very well after a little bit of struggle, and I hope you enjoy it. Well, there was my final 4 Target tiered trays. I don't know if this is it for spring or not. You've seen 4 tiered tray videos for spring. Let me know if you'd like to see some more. I think I got a few more in me. Kind of want to do my metal tray and do a couple Hobby Lobby trays, so stay tuned for that. So I hope you enjoyed the tiered trays and got some inspiration or some ideas on how you want to use your trays or your pieces. I think all these can translate to bigger trays that are similar, so always remember that. You don't have the exact tray, you can always translate it. That's what my Pinterest inspired videos are about a lot, so if you want to see kind of how I go through the process of that, I will link that playlist down below. Please remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.